try and deal with the issues around the Inter-Islander first. And then
But I love the history
the
of
general
things
ferry.
here.
Sorry.
I love the history of things here because I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Pretty good. Tracy.
Thank you. You're talking about negotiating with the union, and I know that you won't be able to provide any more details. I was just interested in that previous exchange. But due to the early withdrawal of the rail-enabled ferry, can you give us any information about what were the job losses based on that decision?
We're still in the negotiations with the union about that, but common sense suggests you go down from 3 ferries to 2, you have proportionate loss of jobs. The question really is whether there are people on the other ships, because people tend to stick with the ship, as opposed to floating between the different ships. There will be people on the K ships who may want to exit the business, and people on the Aotearoa who may want to stay around. So it is a bit more complex than simply saying one ship down, one crew gone, let's set a crew's gone.
And have you had any advice about concerns about ensuring requisite amount of talent and skills and expertise, and whether this decision impacts the future of building it from the bottom up and maintaining those services and
I
skills?
think any decision that involves losing experienced staff brings in a certain amount of that risk. That is a risk that we have to manage. But I can't say that we will absolutely keep everyone who we really want to keep, and vice versa. We may lose some. On the other hand, there will be people who on the Aotearoa who desperately have the skills and desperately want to stay in the quick straight business. So we'd have to let that run its course through the union negotiations.
Gillian.
Thank you very much. I wanted to ask about retiring the Aotearoa several years before the replacement ships arrive. What impact is that going to have on rail freight between the North and South Island? Are you concerned about losing any customers during the time? Because clearly, and what will the impact be on the cost and time of moving containers by rail between the North and South Island, of doing the road bridging?
I can answer that in a little bit of detail, but I'd suggest, Julian, that we're in front of Select Committee in a week's time.
Right.
Duncan Roy, who is the GM of Inter-Island, who will give a far more comprehensive reply than I can. What I can say is we aim to fight to keep every customer we've got. We can only do that by giving good service, running on time, and the Inter-Island's on-time record is in fact really good. We're 100% reliability over Christmas, and we're in the very high 90s for reliability. We've got to offer a service. Sure, we would run. It's much more efficient to put it on and off by rail than it is to unload it, road bridge it across, and put it on. So that's why we're delighted we still have rail ferries coming into service. We just have to work hard to keep everyone, and that's it doesn't introduce the extra costs. We're talking with the key customers about who should bear that cost for that period.
And what's the capacity of the ferries that will be running in the interim to carry containers relative to with the Aotearoa?
Well, we don't have rail freight capacity anymore, so we are taking. We'll be using truck deck for the rail freight. For most of the year, we're not running at 100% full, so therefore we will be. The ferries will be fuller. It will be harder to get a slot on both ourselves and Bluebridge, simply because there is one ferry down. Having said that, there is sufficient capacity to carry the volume we currently carry.
Was there an option to run the Aotearoa longer?
No, and maybe Chris can answer this a little bit better, but the port build program that is in place requires the ferry dock, the Aotearoa dock, to go. So there is no choice. And Aotearoa is not configured internally to be able to load lots of freight because it doesn't have an internal ramp. So it's just not suited to be a roll-on, roll-off freight ship.
And when the replacement ferries, which are still not under contract, right? I mean, do we have a contract for the replacement ferries yet?
No, as I said, we said in the paper, there are bidding yards, and when the matter's finalised, later in the year, we'll...
I'm sorry, what? We don't have a contract yet?
So, but
Yeah, I know. I just heard
can you
that.
guarantee that they will be rail-enabled roll-on?
Holy,
Well,
okay.
with respect.
forget what I said about
This is as clear as
2028,
daylight. It's been for months
2029
it's going to
then.
be rail enabled.
Okay.
That's what this whole the conversation option was always about.
Do you know what
We don't
the,
put out press statements for a joke. We put it out because we mean business.
Any more? Can I just ask one question on that? Because when I,
Sorry, Uncle Andy, we'll just stop you there temporarily. What the flaming hell about where we haven't got a new contract? Like, are they waiting to potentially lose the election and then for Tangi Utakira to ring up Hyundai? Hey, I'm just wondering, can we pick off where we left?
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I'm reading through these documents and saying, oh yes, the soonest that we can see them is 2028, 2029. We haven't even got a contract yet, so we don't even know how accurate that number is. And as for jobs, he couldn't even answer that question. So I had a quick look on the Googles and found that from the cancelling of the IREX project, Kiwi-Rail is proposing to axe more than 50 roles. We don't have the full number yet, but the net reduction of 46 roles includes 9 deck officers, 6 engineering officers, 3 maintenance officers, and 38 deck ratings, including a number of volunteers.
God.
I thought, why doesn't he have that information on board? Like, shouldn't we have a projection of how many? Like, come on. Why don't we
Maybe
have the
they're
stats of how many
assuming a
jobs?
bunch of people are going to retire.
Yeah, why don't... Oh, God, I'm getting really frustrated with this government. The fact that they can't even give data for, like, how many jobs have been impacted, how many potential jobs we could have had, how many...
Yep.
So, again, I'm reading down on the Herald article. I don't know if you want to bring it up and show it, but it's saying that a voluntary retirement program...
Are you able to message the article to me, please?
Yeah, I'll chuck it in the chat.
Yep. Yeah. Because I can't copy and paste it from the actual chat, from the public chat.
Yeah. No, I've just chucked it in the private chat. But yeah, it states in the article that a voluntary retirement program for Wow. Okay.
What a great ad! What a great ad! What's the ad for?
I don't know. Thanks, Harold. Yeah. So
No.
it states here that
Fiji.
it states here that a document sent to staff said the proposed changes were part of the plan to enhance Inter-Islanders' performance commercially, operationally, culturally. Okay, I don't know how job cuts are going to do that, but here we go. A voluntary retirement program for seafarers launched in early 2024, along with natural attrition, has seen the workforce reduced from 353 staff last July when it was running 4 ships and planning for the arrival of the 2 new ferries to 324 staff in September. The proposed changes would see staff numbers reduced to 278. So, okay, yeah, it would have been nice if, I don't know how accurate that is, or how specific it relates to IREX, but it sounds like the cancelling of the ferries is having a wider impact on the rail industry as well.
Yeah, well, what do you expect? What do you expect from a anti-rail government? Well, an anti-rail government with a guy who's like, it's rail or nothing.
Yeah, it's like, how hard would it be to contact the Marine Union or Maritime Union and ask for the numbers? I mean,
I don't know, but we can
numbers,
get
right?
a member on there, but he doesn't work. He doesn't work for the ferries. He works for the trains. But Ray,
Ray, where are you? We need you. Come on, this is your
I don't
topic.
think he'll be able to give us the answers though.
No, but at least he can give us like a position from experience about how these cuts are impacting him.
I don't know. He's a passenger service person, so yeah, I'm not sure if he'll be able to give us the answers.
I don't care, Ray. I don't care. Ray knows more about trains than I do. that's.
And just on something like Detective Rogers said earlier about was expecting road cones. I'm a descendant of Richard Trevithick's.
I thought you were about to say you're a descendant of road cones.
No. Richard Trevithick's world's first steam engine. I'm just going.
Oh, nice. Your
So
ancestors
I'm
built the
just
steam
about
engine.
to bring up his Wikipedia page. So I'm a direct descendant of this guy.
Well, you kind of look similar.
Yeah. Well, should we just say, and put it this way, my mum's brother, Richard James Trevivick, just take a notice in there. They actually haven't got his full name on there because this one actually has his middle name James, and it's the reason why mum's brother Richard. And just for those who are watching out there who realise that my dad also has a brother called Richard, yes, that is correct as well. And gets even more funny. My my brother's mother has a brother-in-law called Richard.
God damn. Hey, I just realised that my ancestors probably worked for your ancestor on the railways in England.
Possibly.
Yeah, because they were also based in Cornwall, Devonshire.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, my ancestors worked for your ancestor. That's pretty. That's kind of it's funny how history's repeating itself. I'm working for you.
Oh, okay. Volunteering, but yeah, okay, yeah. But no, I mean, here's the thing: is like, I mean, this is like Richard Trevor. I mean, he went to South America and back with his train, with all his train stuff. He went all over the place. Like, you know, the fact, like, you know, yeah, he went to definitely, you know, he went to South America and I wonder if he went twice, I'm not sure. This does have a bit of history into it. But yeah, he went to South America and back. But
Hey,
yeah,
Winston Peters is so old, he probably met your ancestor.
No, but he might have met the Richard Trevor that was born in Auckland in the early 1900s.
Nah, come on. Winston Peters like over 200 years old. He would have met your ancestor. The one who made the steam engine. That's how old he is.
Because there is on Ancestry there is a Richard Trevivick born in Auckland, like New Zealand born Richard Trevivick, but I'm not sure where that fits in the family line for me. But there is
And
one.
your ancestor comes with a cool statue. Based.
Well, if I go to the UK, of course I'm going to have to sit there and check it out. Gee,
Yeah, of course.
Well, put it this way: he lived longer than Mum's brother Richard, and he died. Holy heck!
Champion Cornish wrestler. Damn.
He died literally near 90 years before Queen Elizabeth II was born.
Yeah.
Because I think Queen Elizabeth II's birthday is 22nd of April. It might be 23rd. But yeah.
I just like the fact that he's pointing at the background.
Yes, Detective Rogers, the reason why trains are on there is because who I'm a descendant for.
Okay, right, okay. So there we go. By DNA, Sam knows about the steam engine. Amazing.
Yeah. Yes, but yes, my generation lineage of 6 generations revolves from that last name. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Shall we get back to Uncle Andy? Talking
Yeah,
to Winston
sure.
about steam trains.
Yep.